You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Monday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby.
What would you consider to be dad rock? Like bands like what? Steely Dan?
Yeah.
Tom Petty, Jay Giles, Bruce Springsteen.
It's the sort of thing that you could picture being on in the background while your dad and his buddies stood around a car with the hood up. Nobody's really doing anything, but it's what's on. You know what I mean?
I've started seeing on TikTok, and this has been grinding my gears. The youth of today are starting to refer to bands like Nickelback, the Foo Fighters, and Limp Bizkit as dad rock now.
Yeah. No, I think they're right,
Would you say that's dad rock?
I think they're right. I mean, the same way that, like, we think of classic rock as, like, Led Zeppelin, CCR, stuff like that's from back in the day. But my kids would probably look at Nirvana, the Foo Fighters even, as classic rock. Like, a new Foo Fighters album to my 8-year-old son is the same as a new AC/DC album to you and I.
Is dad rock just whatever your dad listens to, basically?
That honestly might be the safest definition of it. I mean, there is still like a sound, like it's nothing like I don't think any metal would ever be considered dad rock, no matter how cool your dad was.
But then even there's like bands like Disturbed that I've seen kids call dad rock now.
I think it depends on the song, right? Because I would say that like Down with the Sickness, I don't think that's dad rock, but their cover of Land of Confusion, dad rock
Sound of
central.
Silence or something like that.
Absolutely.
I think the problem is like all these kids now that are in high school are starting to dress like it's 1999 again.
That's true, yeah.
And they're all like, oh, I've got all this vintage clothing. Like,
that's the tough part, man. Like the day a kid walks up wearing a Blink 182 hoodie and is like, check out this sick throwback that I got.
dude, if I hear a kid call Blink 182 dad rock, I'm going to cry.
Well, no, nobody's going to call Blink 182 rock. Come on now.
Stop it.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We got a text at 762-555 and someone said, is there mom rock?
Yeah, it's Maroon 5's whole genre.
Maroon 5, Chris Daughtry as well.
Daughtry is mom rock.
Moms
for
love
sure.
Daughtry, yeah.
Here's a question for you. Bon Jovi, mom rock or dad rock?
Ooh.
Or joint custody?
I don't know. The ladies do love Bon Jovi.
That's true, but a guy will sing Wanted Dead or Alive till his voice is raw.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, Bryan Adams is kind of the same way, too. But when you go to a Bryan Adams shirt, there's lots of bras flying.
Bryan Adams is mom rock for sure. You can be a dad that likes Bryan Adams, but you just have to know that you're in the visiting team's locker room.
I'd say Alanis Morissette probably falls into that mom rock kind of category.
Yeah, because I always think, like, my stepdad was a big Alanis Morissette fan, but I think that's the same thing. I think he's in the minority, and Alanis is mom rock. Fleetwood Mac?
Oh, yes. It's Stevie Nicks just in general.
Yeah. It's your mom and her gals drinking a bottle of red wine.
Listening to Landslide?
Absolutely.
Yeah, mom rock is basically any sort of music that you can crush wine to.
Yeah. If it pairs well with a delightful red, it might be mom rock.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Hate him.
It's Monday, and you better come prepared because they don't around on Monday.
You can do it.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yeah, hey, good morning. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby.
Another meeting of the Dirty 530 is now in session. Appreciate all of you beautiful, sexy people for being here.
Hell yeah.
Of course, a round of applause for surviving the weekend and being up at this ungodly hour on a Monday.
How was your weekend?
It was good.
You had a better weekend than the President of the United States?
What happened?
He tripped and fell. Well, he tripped and fell a little bit. More of a stumble. Watch this video here, and if you want to see it, text Trump, Trump, to 762-555. But it's President Donald Trump, United States of America, walking up the stairs to get onto Air Force One, and as you can see right about there,
Oh, he slips?
he just catches a toe.
Dude, the irony, because Joe Biden did the same thing, and he ripped him for being old on that.
Oh, he used to absolutely crush him, and now here he is, 78-year-old President of the United States, Donald Trump, tripping and falling up the stairs of his airplane.
I do like how it just keeps showing him keep walking up. He didn't even look back. You know, in his head, he's like, damn it.
That's just it, man. Like, this is one of the very few situations where I actually almost feel sorry for Donald Trump, because we've all been in that position where you're walking or you're moving
Your
somewhere.
internal monologue after is just like, ugh.
It's pure devastation, only made worse by the silence of everybody around trying not to openly laugh at you.
Yeah.
Or if you have really good friends, the ones that just fully straight up laugh at you.
Well, I mean, usually at that age, everyone's like, are you okay?
That's true.
Right? It's the complete opposite.
You have a stumble and a trip, and everybody comes flooding over to make sure you didn't break a hip, and you're like, I just caught a toe on the stairs. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm going to be totally fine. It's this, and the going down is even worse. When you make that step where, like, you feel like the step should be just a little bit farther.
Oh, yeah. You think there's like one more?
Yeah, and you take that step as though you're going down, and then your foot hits ground, and your whole body just goes, oh, God.
Even like you ever step off a curb and somehow biff it? Like,
That sucks. Stepping up, stepping down, it doesn't matter.
slipping on ice?
Slipping on ice is a horrific feeling, and it's especially one of those ones because when you see somebody else do it, that's funny. And then when it happens to you, you're like, it's not funny, you guys.
We got a lot of texts starting to come in here. Of course, a lot of people saying there's nothing more embarrassing than a shart.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
Anytime you soil yourself for whatever the reason might be, it's going to be a bad day.
Catching a little bit of dribble on khaki pants or something like that, right?
That's a rough one. Even just honestly getting caught with the zipper down.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that, like, it's mortifying to you to realize it's down. But for most people, they didn't even notice.
It's also embarrassing getting caught noticing someone's zipper down because sometimes they're like, why are you looking down there?
Yeah, what led your eye to that area?
We've got Renee on the phone. What's your embarrassing story?
When I was about 12, 13 years old, I was kissing a girl and sneezed, and she was recipient of an old boogie. She was a champ.
Right in the face?
Oh, yeah. She was a champ about it. My friends were there. They made fun of me for about 4 or 5 years about it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you definitely got to just take that abuse at some point.
I mean, she took it.
Yeah, she did take it like a champ for sure.
Oh, what was your feel like? Did you try to, like, wipe it off? Or?
Yeah, oh yeah, I was so embarrassed. I wiped it off, and the more I tried, the more embarrassing it was, right? So she was laughing about it, but still.
I think from her perspective, you have to laugh to not cry.
You have to, yeah. I might have cried at home afterwards, but I wasn't crying time up.
Awesome, Renee. Thanks, man.
Okay. Yeah, have a nice day, boys.
I mean, a lot of people texting in about just like having stuff on their face. I mean, in honor of this girl, but like, you know, like if you are out at an event and then by the end of the night, someone's like, hey, man, you realize you got like toothpaste in the corner of your mouth. You're like, what the hell?
How
Like,
long has this been here? Say you got something in your teeth. Someone points it out. You look and you're like, I ate that like 4 hours ago. I've just been walking around like this. No one said anything.
stain on your shirt, and especially like if you're a big guy with a stain on your shirt, it sucks even more. Like,
Stain on your shirt sucks. Stain on your pants as a big dude sucks.
Yeah.
There's some speculation happening.
we've got Anthony on the phone. You got an embarrassing story for us, buddy?
Back in the day, grade 10, I was in English class. I had time to fall asleep and had a bit of a, let's say, dirty dream. And unfortunately, I wasn't leaning forward with my head on the table. My head was back, and I got a little friend that popped up on me.
Oh, dude, that's a nightmare.
That was, yeah. So from that day on, my high school nickname was Boner.
Oh.
And still till this day, I get people from Facebook that still refer to me by that name.
It's got to be fun when your old friends meet your new friends, even if it is on Facebook, and just start calling you Boner, and everybody else is like, sorry, excuse me, explain?
And it's been questioned and by my wife, by friends, and
Hey,
it's
if
something
it's
that's
any
been following me.
consolation, I mean, good on you, man. If everybody can see it, you're doing all right.
That's true. It would have been a lot worse if no one noticed.
The Brock and Dalby podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
You know those BuzzFeed quizzes that are so much fun? Yeah, that's not what this is. It's the quiz with Brock and Dalby.
All right, we're getting high on the quiz today. As today's theme is songs with high in it, H-I-G-H.
I'm just hoping I don't end up low at the end of this.
Oh, we'll find out.
I'm still rattled. I was on like a roll of some big scores, and then I got 2 out of 6 last week.
You were flying high, and now you're flying low.
I've been thinking about it all week, waiting for this moment of either redemption or just further buried?
Well, let's see if we can get you high again here. I will give you the band or the artist. You give me the song, okay?
Okay.
When I say Ozzy Osbourne, you would say?
Flying High Again. Okay. Here we go.
There we go.
Needed an easy one to get out of the gates.
All right, next one. You better get this right or you got to go home. Tragically Hip. Tragically Hip.
Tragically Hip. High.
No way. You don't got it?
No.
Oh, you're going to be so mad at yourself. And this is a Shane Bell one.
Hang on.
No, I think we've got enough time here.
You've been talking the whole time. I didn't have time to think.
Are you ready?
Yeah. I'm gonna go.
Damn, dude.
I'm gonna leave.
Oh, man. I thought I was setting you up with an easy one off the top here.
Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah, that sucks.
All right. Well, let's see how the rest of this goes.
Sucks.
When I say Tal Bachman, you would say?
Is it She's So High?
You get that, but you don't get the Tragically Hip.
I'm not proud of it. Okay?
How do you... Hell, man.
The problem is the Tragically Hip have 7,000 songs.
No.
And Tal Bachman has one.
No, don't do that. We play 5 Tragically Hip songs on the station, and Blow It High Dough is one of them. Oh, man.
What the hell?
All right. AC/DC?
High Voltage.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm so sorry.
There's nothing you can do to redeem yourself now.
I feel like I ruined the vibe in here.
Afro Man?
Because I got high.
Are you this morning?
I don't know anymore.
Dolby would have got it right, but then he was high.
Damn it.
All right, final one here. Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye?
I know you love this song, so I'll be surprised if you don't get it right. I used to sing it when we were bowling all the time.
Did I? I don't remember our bowling very much.
No?
No, I don't remember. Can't think of it. Oh, that's Marvin Gaye? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I never really... I always
Yeah, you also didn't know the Tragically Hip Blow It High Dough, so why are we surprised about anything this morning?
You know what? At the end of the day, I went 4 for 6, all right? I got 2/3 of the questions right, and I think that's more important than getting stuck in the minute details of what I did or didn't know.
You're right. I do have one more thing to say to you.
What's that?
This is the Brock and Delby podcast.
The Marlins were playing over the weekend, and their pitcher was doing like his little warm-up before the first inning started there.
Okay, yeah.
All right, he throws his final warm-up pitch, and then watch what happens here.
Nelly, we are being told that Ryan Weathers just got hit in the head by a baseball.
Look at this.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
So if you know anything about
If
baseball, after the pitcher always finishes his warm-up pitches, the catcher will try and go like around the horn. They'll usually throw it to second base.
Right, gets everybody warmed up.
Pitcher does not move out of the way, just gets conked in the head.
Well, I will say, not only does he not move out of the way, he takes 2 pretty solid steps into the line of fire.
Surprisingly, they let the guy still pitch. I mean, he only pitched 3 innings, and his first pitch was like a home run.
You know what the nice thing for the pitcher is? And like, I'm grasping at straws for this guy, but at least everything that goes wrong after this, he can blame on the catcher.
If you know anything about baseball, too, I mean, that's the Marlins season to a T right now.
Honestly.
But usually pitchers and catchers like are a lot more in sync than that. I mean,
Right.
yeah, I do think you got to blame the pitcher on this one.
You what?
What do you mean?
Blame the guy who got hit by the baseball.
Did you not play baseball growing up?
I did. I was a catcher, as a matter of fact.
So was I.
It's the catcher's fault.
Everybody knows that the catcher is going to throw it to second base. You either duck or get the hell out of the way. Look at the way he saunters off. He's like right in front of the area.
I think he's expecting, like, okay, he's going to throw it to second base. And I think the catcher missed and hit the pitcher right in the head. How about throw a little bit higher? Throw a little lob over there. Get it out to second base.
When have you ever seen a catcher lob a ball to second base?
When have you ever seen a catcher drill the pitcher in the side of the
Valid point. Look at the video for yourself. Tell us who you think is in the wrong.
You can't blame the victim here. The man...
I'm not blaming the victim.
The man turned his back and got struck in the skull with a baseball.
It's his fault. It's 100% his
The
fault.
victim is not at fault.
I will admit, though, he pitched 3 innings. It would hard not to be passive-aggressive and try and, throw one low and catch Buddy in the nuts or something.
That's just it. Is then, this happens, and now the two of them have to work together to get through the defense, through pitching and catching.
You're not going to trust each other the whole rest of the game. He's giving you signals. You're going to be, passive-aggressively like a girlfriend. No.
Catcher's like, hey, give me your fastball. The pitcher's like, oh, like
The
you
Brock
did to
and
my
Dalby
skull?
Podcast.
More people do seem to agree with me that it is the pitcher's fault on that one.
I don't understand how it can be the fault of someone who's not looking. You know what I mean?
It's the way the game goes.
If I turn my back to you right now and you threw something at me, I just don't see how it would be my fault.
It's not like in hockey where, if you're clearing the pucks out of the net and I shoot the puck at you and you get hit with it, then it's my fault.
Wow, it would be way worse if it was hockey because a hockey puck sucks.
No, thinking about it now, this pitcher that got struck in the head with a baseball, what would you say is the worst ball to get hit in the head with?
Oh, I mean, baseball's definitely up there, although moving up to softball, just based on the pure size of the weapon.
Yeah, it's funny because when you're a kid, you always think the ball is so soft till it hits you in the face.
Yeah. The name is incorrect. Unless you're getting hit with a wiffle ball, no baseball ball doesn't hurt.
I mean, if you're thinking about balls get in your face, you think of the dodgeball.
Dodgeball sucks, but dodgeball's it's more of an embarrassing sting. You know what I mean? If I get hit in the face with a dodgeball, I'm going to have a lousy rest of my afternoon. But if I get hit in the face with a racquetball, I'm going to have a bad week to month.
Yeah. Even those orange ball hockey balls, those suck. You take a clapper to the face on one of those.
Lacrosse ball?
Dude, lacrosse ball is probably the worst one.
Yeah.
Those Indian rubber balls, man, those things bounce like flubber all over the place.
And then you the torque that you can get with the stick, you can get those things.
Well, it can
move
bounce off of your face and continue to bounce.
And then the play continues.
That's the craziest part.
Ooh, speaking of just pure velocity, what's that sport where they've got the hook hand? It's like racquetball.
Oh,
high line.
Yeah.
Those things look like they hurt. I know that they bounce, which means that there's some rubber in there.
Yeah.
But I also believe there's some leather in the ball, and I just feel the way that those guys get that thing moving would suck.
Our text line did just light up with golf ball.
Golf ball.
Golf ball might be it.
I've only ever taken one in the ankle.
Well, think about the speed that the golf ball is coming at, too.
Yeah.
Right? You ever see someone on the PGA Tour just standing in the crowd and get drilled with one of those things? They drop like flies.
It's like a sniper shot the way that they go down. And I mean, every time you see ads for new golf ball technology, it's always, we made it more dense. The core is more tightly wound. Everything inside is more solid.
Yeah, and they always tell you it'll give you more control. I have no idea what they're talking about.
I have yet to find one of those golf balls that's not lying.
Although I will say, if you get hit with a Pro V1, you get to keep it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Someone just texted in, maybe ending the discussion, because you just said ball, so all balls are open. Shot put.
Yeah.
If someone throws a shot put, basically a cannonball, that's not fun.
That's had to have happened at one of those school track and field days at one point.
I mean, I almost hit a guy with a discus once, so I can only imagine the shot putters are getting some distance.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
What do you want to do now? I got an idea. How about you all sit there quietly while I make dad noises?
All right, with Father's Day coming up this weekend, we thought, why don't we do some dad impressions this week? And we've got $100 in Lotto Max tickets on the line.
$15 million jackpot is up for grabs in tomorrow night's draw. If you had $100 in tickets, you definitely have better odds than people who don't.
And we were thinking of all the dad noises that people make, or dads make. I think a dad sneeze would be appropriate to start off with this morning.
It might feel like a sneeze into a full-blown explosion is a bit of an overreaction, but it feels that way sometimes when you're a dad.
It's always like
you see a dad start looking up at a light, you know it's time to brace.
I've seen my dad blow his back out sneezing before, man.
I laugh because it's happened to me too.
We do got 3 sneezers on the phone. If you are not one of them, that does mean you are a judge, so let us know. 762-555. Who has the best dad sneeze this morning? We'll start on line 1 here. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
Melissa.
Melissa, all right. You know what we need from you?
Good.
We need a good dad sneeze.
Okay.
Damn.
Some gusto to it.
Melissa has it down.
Grab a tissue, girl. All right, do us a favor and stay on hold, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, that was Melissa on line 1. Let's see who sneezer number 2 is. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
Hey, it's Frank.
Frank, all right, we need a dad sneeze from you, my man.
Yeah, you got it.
Let's hear it, buddy.
Yeah!
Ah, yes, when you sneeze mid-cattle drive.
I will say, you know what? Sometimes dads just make random noises when they sneeze.
That's the thing. I don't want
100%.
I don't want you to think that I'm making fun of that as a bad effort.
Yeah.
That's a great effort because that's a dad sneeze right there.
It always ends in like an
100%.
AH infliction or something.
Yeah, definitely.
Like a karate or something, you know? All right, dude, stay on hold here.
Kia!
Yeah. All right, we go to line 3. You're our final sneezer. What is your name?
Hey, my name's Sean.
Sean, what do you think of your fellow sneezers this morning?
Hey, not too shabby, not too shabby.
So far, so good, I gotta say.
All right, you're the final one. You know what we need.
Oh.
Let's see what you got, Sean.
Oh, the face shake.
Yeah.
That's such a key component.
Okay, this is tough here. Stay on hold for a second, Sean. We got to weigh out some options here. All right. A round of applause.
All 3 were excellent.
Everyone did great. Did not disappoint here.
I did like the cattle drive.
Yeah. The Karate Kid sneeze. 762-555. What do you guys think? Man, we got everybody texting in for everyone right now.
I will say, in terms of, I like number 2. I thought it was very funny.
Yeah.
If I had to pick which one I would award it to, I'm partial to number 3. I thought Sean did a great job of capturing the lead up, the aggression, and then the aftermath where you're just like, you sneeze so hard, you're almost trying to compose yourself. Yeah.
All right, I'm seeing a lot of 3s come in now. All right, we'll give it to Sean. Sean, congratulations, my man.
He was practicing for a sneeze off.
You get yourself a ding and a round of applause and $100 in Lotto Max tickets, all right?
Hell yeah.
All right.
If you do happen to win the big jackpot tomorrow, got some nickels and dimes, or at least maybe some Claritin for the boys over here?
For sure, boys.
Oh, hey, $15 million, you know what that is. Nothing to sneeze at.
Hey!
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
If I was to ask you where you wanted to spend your hard-earned free time, I'm guessing the answer wouldn't be at work.
Absolutely not.
Well, there is a new trend going in China right now where young people, unemployed, are paying $4 to $7 a day to go into essentially fake offices and pretend to be employees.
Why?
It's mostly just to fill the time. Apparently, internet cafes, which are a big thing all across Asia, are becoming more and more expensive.
So wait, did you say unemployed people are pretending like they're working?
Yes. Yeah, they're paying money to go into these sort of office setups. You pay $4 to $7 North American money, and then you get a desk. There are lunch facilities. Like there's a lunchroom that you can go and get food from, I assume at an extra cost.
So they're just cosplaying as an employee?
And there's free Wi-Fi. So that's the thing. Is like people will put on like work clothes and go get their own cubicle for the day.
Why don't they just go hand out resumes?
Well, I think that part of this is they say that it's training for what it feels like to be at work. See, the $4 to $7 thing, that just gets you a desk, like some space. That's the entry level. There is apparently extra things that you can pay for. There are add-ons, as with anything, where you can also get fake jobs, like fake tasks that you have to accomplish, fake managers to come over and talk to you about your performance, and even you can pay extra to be part of an employee rebellion where you rise up against the management.
This just kind of sounds like something that a rich guy would do just to try and feel like a normal person.
To try and get the idea of what it's like to be the everyman?
Yeah.
Yeah, except no, this is literally for unemployed youths, 16 to 24-year-olds, apparently, the biggest market for it. And some, again, are saying that they go in and it feels like it's training. for what it's like to live in an office environment.
I think it's kind of silly, but I will say a sick job would be the guy that gets to pretend to be the manager and yell at people.
Dude, getting paid a stipend every day to just walk around and yell at teenagers.
Just to LARP as a boss?
Sounds amazing. None of the actual pressure of like performing, making sure that the company is up to snuff. All you have to do every day is remind Johnson that his damn TPS reports are due, and if I don't have them on my desk by 5 o'clock, you're fired.
You're essentially a workplace dominatrix.
Oh, I didn't think about it like that, and now it actually feels concerning.
This whole thing kind of sounds like a fetish if you think about it.
It really, yeah, you're paying to go in and dress up in a special costume and be in a special place, which has been compared to a dungeon by many people who work office jobs. And then you can pay extra to be belittled and dominated by a superior.
Yeah.
Well, now this feels weird.
The whole thing's stupid, but now it's funny.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Ed's word of the day.
Let's see what he's got.
Good morning. Today's word is penultimate. Yeah, penultimate. 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 And it's second to last. That's not bad. It's really good if there's only two people competing.
True.
Anyways, that's about it. Have a great one. Cheers are up.
Penultimate.
It's not great if you're spending the afternoon with Bonnie Blue. But that's
yeah,
there.
That's true.
Penultimate is actually a word that I have used wrong for many, many years.
What do you think it was?
I always thought that it was the last. I thought it was like to steal from Ed from the county. I thought it was a bombastic way of saying that this is the last, like the penultimate. We've built up to this moment. And it was only about like 5 years ago that I found out it meant second last.
If you want to be really smart when you're like drinking with your buddies or whatever and you go to the fridge, you'll be like, dude, this is the penultimate beer.
Yeah.
There's one left.
Just so everybody knows, I got the penultimate one. Fight amongst yourselves for what's left.
Yeah.
And see how many of your friends are too drunk to know what the hell you're talking about.
When making love, you should strive to be penultimate.
Yeah, I guess that would be the goal. If you were second last, then that means that somebody else also did finish.
Usually an ultimate guy myself. Penultimate. Use it wherever you can, all right?
Want to be a part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the Bad Line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dalby Show.
To get the number, text the word BAD to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dalby Podcast.